we have our grade 2. In our grade 2, we are given a question under mole concept. Under mole concept. Now, before we move on to the question, let's see some formula that you can see in mole concept. For instance, mole is always symbolized as small letter n, and the very first formula of mole is mass all over the molar mass. This is the first formula. The second formula of mole is volume over 22.4 dm cube. Second formula of mole, and that formula of mole is number of entities. I'm using x to represent number of entities, and whenever I'm referring to entities, I'm referring to ions, I'm referring to atoms, I'm referring to electrons. So electrons, ions, atoms are examples of entities we have. So number of entities all over Avogadro's number. Avogadro's number is a constant value that's given as 6.023 times 10 in the power of 23. So that's the third formula for mole, and we have more formula. Okay, let's give two more. Another formula for mole is concentration times volume, and another formula for mole is that we have mole to be equals to RT all over PV. Oh, sorry, it should be the other way around. PV all over RT. So these are the 5 formula of mole that we have in chemistry. So let's apply this formula in the question we are given. We are given that the number of atoms of chlorine present in 5.85 grams of sodium chloride is, so we are given that the mass of NaCl is equal to 5.85 grams, and we have to find the number of atoms. And sometimes, like I said, number of atoms can also be known as our entities. So let's represent that as x. Now look at it carefully. In this aspect, we can call this mass, and we can call this entity. And we have different formula for that. Anytime we are given mass in mole, which have the formula to be mole equals to mass all over molar mass. And anytime we are given our entity, we usually have the formula for mole to be number of entities. Like I said the last time, entities refers to your atoms, ions, and molecules all over Avogadro's number, which is symbolized as Na. Now, looking at it carefully, our goal is to find the value of atoms, which is our number of entities. But we are given our Na from the question. You know, Na is constant, which is 6.023 times 10 in the power of 23. But we are not given our mole. So how do we get to do this? Now we can first derive our mole from here. Any value we have for our mole, then we now apply it into this formula. So let's see how we can get our mole. Since we are given that our chlorine has a mass of 5.85 grams, which is this, then we can be able to get the molar mass of chlorine. If you look at the question, the molar mass of chlorine is given as 35.85, and also the molar mass of sodium is given as 23, sodium chloride. So let's find the molar mass first. We already have that our mole is equal to mass all over molar mass, and the mass is given as 58.5 all over. Now the molar mass of our sodium chloride, which is NaCl, is given as 58.5. The mass of sodium given from the question is 23, so we have here as 23 plus the mass of chlorine given from the question is 35.5. So we have here 35.5. So what will be our result? Our result will be given as, when we have 58.5, adding it up, we are going to have another 58.5, which is equal to 1 mole. So therefore our mole is 1. Now you can now apply it by saying mole equals to number of entities all over Avogadro's number. So our mole from the question that we just got is 1, and our number of atoms is represented as x. So our number of Avogadros is 6.02 times 10 power 23. So when I cross multiply, I'm going to have the number of entities to be 6.023 times 10 power 23 atoms that are present in sodium chloride. So this is our answer. Let's consider our option to see whether we have the same answer. Okay, so considering our option stands as option A. Option A is the right answer.